President Trump says crime is rising and that bail reform is to blame. That comes after a pair of suspected illegal immigrants allegedly shot an off-duty Customs and Border Protection officer in New York City over the weekend. But the data does say otherwise. Violent crime from January through May of this year was down nearly 11% compared to the same time last. Murders are down more than 20%. This is all according to the Real-Time Crime Index, which uses data from hundreds of law enforcement agencies across the country. But do the numbers tell the whole story? Nick's been digging into this one for us. Nick, how exactly has bail reform impacted crime?
Markie, the answer isn't as simple as whether or not crime is being up or down. But one thing is definitely clear. The numbers simply don't back up the president on this. An illegal immigrant is accused of shooting an off-duty Customs and Border Protection officer in a botched robbery attempt.
There's absolutely zero reason that someone who is scum of the earth like this should be running loose on the streets of New York City. He was arrested 4 different times in New York City, and because of the mayor's policies and sanctuary city policies, was released back to do harm to people and to individuals living in this city.
The president then immediately setting his sights on bail reform in major cities across the country. Posting to Truth Social, the worst criminals are flooding our streets and endangering even our great law enforcement officers. It's a complete disaster and must be ended immediately. But in reality, after a pandemic-era spike in 2020, crime in most major U.S. cities is down, not up. And the most comprehensive studies out there say cashless bail is not the reason for any crime swings. In New York, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia, crime is overall unchanged. And in New Jersey, shootings and murders are actually down. The takeaway? In big cities that enacted cashless bail, there is no proven crime surge tied to it. However,
there are thousands of examples of these individuals who have been arrested, who have not had to post bail, and have gone out and committed crimes again.
Advocates of returning to cash bail say the numbers don't tell the true story.
While nationally the rates are going down, it's also pretty much common sense that if you allow the streets to be flooded with people who have been arrested for dangerous crimes, that there's a high rate of recidivism, meaning doing it again out there. So yes, those people are committing crimes.
A high rate of recidivism, but as for that spike in 2020, the FBI and DOJ pointed to COVID lockdowns, economic instability, and a huge disruption in policing that year, not bail laws. And since then, violent crime has been trending down nationwide, including right here in Chicago. Markie.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.